Hello everybody, Sriram Kumar here, and today we have very exciting information for you. There is a great achiever today who cleared in 2021 PMP pattern. Ooh, I know many of you are waiting for this. Oh man, we know 2020. What is 2021? Who is that brave heart to jump first? So there is one brave heart here, Anil, who cleared on 6th of January 2021 PMP. First of all, great congratulations for his efforts
Thank you, Sriram.
and it's a brave heart to jump. So first we certificate before you go furthermore. So here is a certificate, Anil Kumar on 6th of January, he banged it and he said, PMI, watchful, I'm there. So
Yeah.
that's a great, Anil, there's a big stuff. People are so scared. Will I have to wait for 2021 or I have to complete the exam now? People are rushing hard. But you walked very cool with the car key and said, hey guys, I'm coming. And you made it. Okay, that's a great job. So we are so excited for your success and also very eager to listen what happened. There you go.
Okay. Um, Before I tell you about my journey, starting from when I got trained from you in the batch that you remember long ago, I want to tell you, yeah, I took a kind of daring challenge because just like everybody, before even I begin, it's like until things get done, it always looks harder. And how long you'll be keep thinking about doing it, because if you keep asking for people's opinion, and they are not going to scare you, but probably they are going to just share their thoughts about the PMP exams, and you will never feel comfortable about it, and you will be keep looking for YouTube videos, articles, people's opinion, and then you won't feel it because you don't want to do it from deep down inside. Probably you are not feeling okay to go on take an exam. So I was in the same kind of issue, more or less. Um, so normally in the last week of December, we get the holidays in our organization, so it'll be a big break. I went on for a break. I was thinking about what's new for 2021. Usually people keep the resolution things. I don't I don't believe in resolution of losing weight or gaining weight, anything like that, because mostly it doesn't happen. But then I was thinking, once I read an article that normally when you're going on a vacation, that's when you can think about your future planning, whether you're starting a new business, you want to do a certification, you want to take a big step or anything like that.
Right.
The first thing that came, yeah, because it was like a 3 or 4 day trip. And then after I exited, I was thinking about my bills. When I paid the bills at the resort, I was looking at my bill, honestly quite high. And then yeah, I mean, it was all well planned, but then I was what the guilt feel that I was having was that what did I really do about the PMP exam? It's been quite long now.
Right.
So I thought let me give a little balance here. I spent some money on the vacation and all that, fine, but I have to spend money on for my future as well.
Okay.
So I planned it pretty well, in the sense I didn't think twice too much, because it's like, again, is it okay to attend the PMP exam? Will I be okay to take it, or
Right.
am I 100% ready? I don't know if I'm 100% ready,
Right.
because, like I said, you'll be going on and on and on. So I thought, when I get back, let me see what happens. First thing I came back and I did was I checked my application status, because I wanted to see if that is expired, or because it was a little longer,
Right.
and the application status was given a little extension for me. I was lucky. And then I went ahead, I paid it, and then I booked it. I looked for the slots. I thought if I delay it, then again it'll be keep moving on. So I went ahead and booked it for the next immediate slot available. I think on 6th January, if I correctly remember, certificate. Yeah,
Right.
it's 6th.
You're right. 6th January only you
Yeah.
got it.
So on the 6th January, I had a slot. I booked it. I went ahead. I was quite nervous. Yes. Um, in the beginning and in the end, because in the beginning you will be like, what's going to happen? In the end, what is the result going to be? So
Oh,
but then finally,
was it a proctor exam or as a center-based exam?
Proctor exam, I took it online. I was comfortable doing that because
Right.
my friends kept saying, if you go to, I think it's quite. I think even you gave an idea of how the center-based exam looks like. You have to be going in a physical check and all on that. But then when PMI offered a easier solution during the pandemic, why not take an advantage or benefit of that?
True, true.
So yeah, it was an online thing for me.
True,
Yeah.
true, true. Great, great. So now, two things really everybody eager to know. In a sense, what books you read before you go to exam, and second one is what happened in the exam. How many questions were there? What happened? Right. First, we'll listen what books you read before Jan 6th.
Uh, Honestly, it might sound a little exaggerated, or it might sound like, hey, this guy isn't, giving the full secrets. No, I'll tell you what. PMBOK is probably everything. Plus, if you carefully observe what PMI says, the PMI standards or methods is one thing that you should understand. Secondly, they ask you to come with experience. That's when your application is going to get approved, right? So you need to have, if you have some variety of project management experience in terms of budgeting, costing, planning, risk management, and all that, I think at one level you are good. Secondly, I was totally depending on PMBOK. The reason was that for me, while I was preparing, the PMBOK was quite bigger. I kept reading and reading. At once, I stopped it. And then I took some time. I restarted it. I stopped again. I restarted it. So it kind of became a more or less, I was beginning to get little confident because I kept reading it over and over again. But I was not able to finish the book because it's quite bigger. And then at the end, when I finished it, in the first round, I started making the
No
underlining the important points
points.
there.
Right.
Points.
Right.
I read it, and then for some reason, I think I had a small injury. I met an accident, and I had a small injury. I stopped preparing for that, and then I became lazy. Again, I started preparing one more time
Okay.
because for me, the hard copies are much easier to now quickly go through than the PDF version.
You have the books behind you. Those are the books.
Yeah, those thousand.
Pillows. The pillows.
It's a huge book. And then I started. How I prepared was that just the PMBOK. PMBOK has all information in it. Um, During the first time full reading of the book, I started underlining with a pencil. During
Perfect.
the second time, it was much more faster because I was reading through those conceptual based underlined, summary kind of thing.
Perfect.
So that made me understand the concepts behind it, not to memorize it. So my suggestion for the PMP aspirants is that do not try to remember. You cannot even remember a 20-page book. So
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
you
That's interesting.
yeah.
That's interesting about learning. Learning, I understood PMBOK 6th edition you read well. And I know exam is going to have Agile. So for that part, did you read any specific book or you worked in Agile model already?
Oh, I'll tell you what. Please be prepared for Agile thing. The reason was that I only knew that it's going to be a 6th edition. I didn't know that there will be a little more number of questions than I expected. I thought probably 2 or 3 questions might come from Agile, but I think I had 15 or 20. That made me so nervous. But I took a lot of time to answer them. The reason was that yeah, about the preparation, yes, I had mandatory courses of security, some now BCG, business conduct guidelines, and Agile during my first 6 months of
Oh,
in my organization when I joined. Those were mandatory courses, so I had the preparation. Otherwise, you wouldn't know.
tough. It would have been tough. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
let's go to the final day, the big day. Right.
Yeah.
So Jan 6th. So what was the exam duration? Do you remember the timeline of exam?
They gave me 270 minutes. I think they extended by 30 minutes extra.
That is for your entry, for verification, all the information.
Oh,
So yeah, that is a time recovery. Usually it is a 240 minutes, but the new exam
yes.
will be 230 minutes. Right?
Yes, they added. Yes.
230 minutes. So that is
Yes.
one. So how this exam appear? In a sense, do they tell that? Okay, you can go ahead and tell us how the exam came in for you.
Oh no, I was totally. I mean, it was a bit of. How do I put this? I was totally lost.
Ah,
My friend said somebody is going to come there. He's going to talk to you on your cell phone. So keep the cell phone ready first,
ah,
and then he's going to say keep the cell phone away. You have to keep it outside your room. Come back, and he will let you take the exam. But that was totally different for me. He started speaking, and then I started hearing on my laptop itself directly. And he said, okay, show me your ID card. And then he asked me to show the whole room. The desk should be clean and neat and all that, all the standard protocols. After that, he said, okay, I think I'm fine. If you want to begin, you can begin now. But I think it was little early to begin, but he said, I'm fine if you want to start now. It's up to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
And then when I started, there were a few standard instructions.
Ah.
Okay. And then the next page, I was like,
Hey, by the way,
I'm like,
Anil, did it tell that you're going to attend 180 questions? Does it giving any
yes.
instruction? It's giving.
Oh, no, 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 no. It's not going to say, I don't think it's going to say about whether it was 200 and now it's 180, nothing like that. It was just a standard questions. It says it's going to be multiple choices and, single choice kind of questions.
Oh,
Um, I can't remember the exact lines, but it just gives you a general instructions that it's
okay.
going to be multiple choice and all that. But
Okay.
when you click next and look into the right hand top corner, it is going to show 270 minutes plus you have 180 questions, which was good thing because that's the inspiring part for the new guys who is going to take exam, because the number of questions are reduced and you have 30 minutes extra to finish them. So what else do you want?
Did you saw 270 minutes on the top?
I saw 270 minutes on the top,
Ah,
and it was not included in the checking process. I'm saying the exam total number of hours is 4.5 hours. That's what I'm saying.
really?
They
Oh,
have relaxed it a little bit. Yeah.
I don't. Because the paper of PMI says we give 230 minutes. They give an extra minutes for you. Man.
I Somebody on the LinkedIn recently, a professional put in a kind of summary. I
Uh-huh.
can share that with you on the WhatsApp. He
Uh-huh.
also clearly says 180 questions, 270 minutes.
Wow.
They,
Wow.
they, they, they made it little easy. That's what I'm saying. You see, I didn't know. I was scared, but after finishing exam, I think, if anyone is prepared, they should just go ahead and take it. Don't have to worry about new pattern.
That's a positive note from me. But this is new information, 270 minutes. Okay, well, go 270 minutes, 180 questions. Now, how the questions started appearing? Was it bigger, small? How the model is?
Well, in my experience, simply say, when I was practicing the mock tests, I
Uh-huh.
practiced the mock test about 3 or probably 4 times before. The
Mhm.
mock tests are obviously based on, you know, whoever is prepared it based on their knowledge and experience, and
Right,
they were tough, and
right,
then they were quite lengthier in and complex. But I
right.
felt, you know, it's smaller questions, and I just started answering it in easily,
Uh,
instantly, until the first 25 questions it went fine, and then
uh,
they gave me a 10-minute break at the 25th question.
okay, 20 different minutes, you get a pop-up, there is a break. Okay,
There is a break, but I
okay.
didn't take a break because I was like, I wanted to go ahead. I didn't want to take a cup of water, or I didn't want to go to washroom, anything like that,
I'm
because
surprised, Anand. In 25 questions, who want a break? Just now we
I
started.
just now we start. I'm like 25 questions, okay, good. And then I didn't take a break. The reason was, I just wanted to relax because my neck was hurting so much because I had to keep looking at the screen. If you look left and right, they are going to warn you, so you have to be careful.
Okay, okay, so you continued. Okay.
So I relaxed a little bit. I didn't take my eyes off the screen. I was just relaxing a little bit. I tried to relax my muscle and fingers, and then I just did this. But I didn't take my face off the screen because I will get a warning.
Okay.
So, but luckily nothing of that sort happened. And then after a few minutes, I had an option to continue if I have to continue. And then after, I think nearly about 100 question, I can't remember exactly. After another 90 minutes, I got another break. Then I took a break.
That is good. So let's assume 100 questions. So this break, you went out, you had a coffee, food, something?
No, I was, the reason was, everything was preoccupied in my mind about how strict it's going to be. When my friend said, don't look here and there, they're going to rework and all that, I was so scared. It appeared second time that you can take a break. I raised my hand. I said, I told him I want to take a break. Nobody's responding. I'm like, I said, I want to take a break.
Maybe that day
then probably I don't know. I'm like, because I want to make sure that I'm just following the protocol. Because I'm just taking a break, but I should not, the situation should not be misinterpreted. So I raised my hand and I waited for 1 minute, and nobody responded. I didn't want to lose time. I quickly went out, and then I came back. I raised my hand. I clicked on the software. I said, I came back. Can I start? And then I started. Anyway, I resumed it, and then uh, everything went fine. But they told me in the beginning that if anybody enters your room, make sure that it's locked pretty well. If anybody enters accidentally also, they're going to stop the exam. So
that's a good warning. That's a good warning. Okay, let's go a little more now. So at what time you completed all 180 questions? In the clock, how many minutes you had balance?
I think I had about approximately 60 minutes still. I mean, out of 4.5 hours, I completed by 3.5 hours.
Pretty good time. Good timing you maintained. Really good.
Because I was prepared for 4 hours. I didn't know it was extended to 4.5.
Yeah. I'm also getting this first time. Little surprise, 4.5 hours exam. Okay, pretty high. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. So now there is a question from everybody. Is it only multi choice or is it having a fill in the blanks, match the following?
Oh yeah, that's interesting part. So first of all, let me give you some information. So the pattern, when you say the pattern, don't worry, syllabus is not changing, but yes, a little bit of more agile questions are coming. And second point number 2, there were some match the following questions.
Okay.
When it comes to agile, like iteration, what do you mean by iteration? It's simple definition, and you have to just drag and drop the kind of thing. Yes, but there were, I don't think there were any, I didn't get to see even any fill in the blanks or anything like that, but I had 4 match the following questions. I remember them. And then the rest were, I think it was not lengthier questions any.
Did you saw any graph where you have to click on it? Hotspot. There will be a graph. No. Okay.
No.
So fill in the blanks doesn't come for you. Hotspot. That's called hotspot. They have a graph, x-axis, y-axis. You have to go and click A, B, C. If that's not there, okay, that question didn't come for you.
Then I was lucky.
Yeah. So you have faced multi-choice. You have faced multiple response. Multiple response means check boxes.
Boxes.
Yeah. In answers, do they give A, B, C, D, or they give A, B, C, D, E, and F? They give more. Any you remember it?
I think I got up to E. A, B, C, D, E.
Okay, now it makes sense. So multiple responses there. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, that's pretty good. So now okay, I understood this. There are given choice like multi-choice, multiple response, fill in the blanks, hotspot,
match the following.
True or false. These all has to come. So look like they're given very lightweight for you. Now let's go a little on the subject side. Is it subject oriented, focusing on cost management, schedule management? Do you see EVM calculations, formula? Those things came there. Did you felt it?
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, I wanted to tell you something about the areas of questions. As
Okay.
you probably know, it's officially announced that they're going to talk about people, process, and business area.
Perfect.
I rather had if you look at the mock test, go back and just check the mock tests. Okay, you won't feel like they're specifically like very specific about risks or anything like that. I
Uh-huh.
felt it was like when it comes to business,
Uh-huh.
it was more of understanding, connecting with organization goals
Yeah.
to how
Yeah.
do you kick off a project, or connecting with program goals and how do you connect that with your project kickoff kind
Right.
of thing. But when
Right.
it comes to people and process, they combined it. But I think, like I said, no, those set of questions that we used to check in the mock test,
Right.
slightly, not slightly, more different. That's what I felt.
Uh,
So with that, I can say the area was bit reduced, and then I had more communication questions,
Very good.
and then agile questions, of course,
Very good.
and then business questions such as when you talk to CEO, or how do you align the business high level goals to your
Uh-huh.
projects and all that. And
Very good.
then I had even a little bit of process questions were there,
Uh-huh.
but it did not sound like obviously there was no ITTO kind of thing,
No tools, techniques questions.
because probably the patterns have changed, like officially
You're
they
right.
are saying.
You are right. You are right. You are right on that point.
So
Okay.
so
Okay.
I think the like they are not asking from all possible areas. They are reduced it to only these three, and
Uh-huh.
more questions are coming from that. I think it's like how I prepared and how I felt there in the exam hall.
Uh-huh.
It was a bit easier for me.
Uh-huh.
Not just because they were asking easy questions or whatever, but I prepared it very well.
Better than.
I prepared for that. I prepared and I went through mock tests.
Yeah.
And more importantly, like I said, no, for anybody, this is one big tip. Please understand the concepts of PMI as a standard. Do not apply your work experience straight away. That's going to help you. That's
Perfect.
my suggestion.
I like the suggestion what you give. It is one of the biggest and good suggestion because many of them just read the book and try to replicate it. It doesn't work. You have to feel it. You have to understand the concepts very well. Well said.
Yeah, true.
Well said. Great. Super funny. So thing is, we understood you read PMBOK really well, underlined it and read well. You had little agile knowledge because you learned some time back. You had it.
Yeah.
With this, went
Yes.
to exam, and exam, surprisingly, it is 2.7. It is 2 hour, 270 minutes they given there. It is pretty high than what we thought. So 180 questions. And 25th question, we had a break. Somewhere near
Great.
100, 120, we had one more break.
One
That's
more
a
break.
the questions are a little smaller, not bigger, as we do in
Not
our exam. And also you had a multi-choice, and also you had a multiple response, which has A, B, C, D, E, and F kind of you have to choose.
Yep.
You didn't
Yep.
get a or you didn't get match the following. Oh, you had a match of following. You had a match of following.
Yes. Yes.
You didn't have fill in the blanks. You didn't have true or false. Those things were not there, right? And you are telling that exam is well organized. It is not so much of scattered. It is more focused. They're
It
focusing on.
was it was focused from business, people, and process. I felt like they were really asking from only those three areas. And then when I was just going back and rewinding, had did I get any questions particularly from anything like budget or change management or deeply from IT to a process? I didn't feel anything like that. I think like the patterns have changed. They coming from only those three areas is what I felt.
Makes
This
sense.
is this is
Yeah, yeah.
this is my experience, but
Please, please, please.
as PMI says, from person to person set of questions changes, so yeah, it depends.
The point, Anil, here, we are conducting our new PMP classes with a new concept. If I see that in the area where we call process, where we have 50% of the questions, there under the process you have scope management, schedule management, budget,
Yes.
process, procurement, quality, all are there. But
Yes.
surprisingly hearing from you, those are lightweight. They didn't drill deep inside. So it
They
means
didn't drill me so much. Yes.
that's a good news actually. That's a good news for the audience.
That's what I'm saying. If you think you are prepared, if you feel confident, don't try to ask anybody's opinion. Just go ahead and either you're going to make it or you're not going to make it. One of these will happen.
I like that for the beginning from you, Anil. You keep telling that go jump, don't wait. Yeah, that's a good. So that's a great message from the brave heart who went for this new pattern. Okay, great, Anil. It's really good listening to you. You spoke about the books, study pattern, and the exam stuff. Do you have any do's and don'ts for the people? I think you said a lot, but if you want to give some do's and don'ts, what do you want to say?
Uh, don'ts. Let me start with don'ts.
Okay.
Like I said, don't keep thinking too much that you, probably it scares you because you're thinking too much. Um, and then because the exam patterns are changing, don't think it's a negative way of impacting. It's probably a positive way because who knows, they have probably simplified it in a way that it is going to, how do I put this? It's probably easier for you to take an exam. Why not think that perspective? So so don't keep thinking too much now. And when they say at the exam hall or wherever you go, when they say don't look here and there and make sure nobody enters your room, please do that. Don't ever break that because you never know. Coming to the do's, make sure you read the PMBOK like how I did. I really liked studying it. It's going to be a dry book, a long journey. It feels so boring, but trust me, take about, let's say, 200 pages of book. It doesn't matter where you end, which chapter you end. Take about 200 pages. Okay, read it, start underlining it, and then take a break of a week or so. Don't lose the grip, and then take another 200 pages because the book contains 975, something like that.
Oh, I
And
remember.
then I remember the number of pages also. So go on marking those, and then once you finish the PMBOK, right, you will feel exhausted. Take a break. Next time when you read it, I'm sure you will jump onto those underlined marks only. Why I'm telling you this is you have to understand the concepts behind the PMI. What they say is methods. They are not asking you to come from a particular company's experience. They are not asking you to do. They are asking you to go by PMI standards.
Oh,
So I think that is the key. If you understand this, you will appear for the exam as soon as possible.
super, Anil. Anil, you made my job very easy. Trying to tell this in all my classes. I think your message will go straight away because you are the brave heart who jumped in the first line. So,
Now my probably the more heavyweight lifting is coming in my company is that my manager should be thinking, what next big thing should I give to this guy? So I'm I'm scared of that part.
right, right. Because achieving PMP is a big achievement. I'm so excited the day when you called me telling that I cleared ShriLearning in 2021. I was just now I woke up, I believe. I was in a sleepy mode. I was listening to you. I went, what? You cleared it, man. This is really great news.
I couldn't believe that. It's like people say, no, always think twice before you do anything like that. I felt like I've been doing this, I've been pushing out for a long time. I spent a lot of money on that and this and vacation and all. So I felt guilt. I felt I should also invest in future.
Right.
Then I took little too. I was like, did I do this in hurry? What if too many difficult questions come, or what if entirely different set of questions come? Did I
Right.
take a wrong? But trust me, like I'm not saying don't have to prepare at all because they're very easy. No, prepare, but don't think too much that you're gonna make it or not make it. Just go confidently appear. I think you should be able to do it.
I like it, Annie, because there is a statement says that until you jump, you don't know whether you will fly or fall down. Right. So you have to jump. So I really like the statement. You stress it at least
And
three.
I will tell you what. One more important. See, these are small things, but if you carefully look at it, they probably increase the number of minutes from the previous pattern of exam, right? You have more time now. So if you feel you are not sure what you are answering, go back and review it.
Right.
And you have two breaks. What else you want? Go drink water, come back, relax, and then start writing. And nobody is stopping. Just don't break the protocol, and then you'll be fine. That's all.
Correct. I think the PMI has made PMP a little more reachable, achievable for the people who understand the concept.
Yes, I think so.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, I think super great, Anil. So first of all, thanks a lot on this beautiful Sunday. I know you had some health related concerns, and you came back for us to give this. And I want to thank you from all our audience who is waiting to listen to you. That Anil had little health issues, and he tried to overcome all this stuff. Wanted to give interview for us. Thanks,
I
Anil, for
wanted to
appreciate it.
thank you
Great.
so much, Sriram, for giving me opportunity to share my views and ideas, because normally I am a bit shy person where putting videos on social media, social platform is just something I don't prefer.
Okay.
But when you said, it's going to help others to prepare very well, and who knows, I might inspire even a couple of people.
You
I
are.
don't know.
You are going to inspire many people. Definitely, this is not a TikTok video. It is a worth content video which is going to help thousands of people who are preparing for it, who are scared about this exam. You are giving a push
No,
that don't jump. That's important.
no, don't worry. Like I said, no, prepare in Agile a little bit, not a little bit. Go through a one full Agile course, uh, and then be prepared in PMBOK as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it. I think you'll do fine. Don't worry about it, because my personally, my experience was that when initially I was nervous. First 10 minutes I was literally sweating, and then how long you'll be worrying? You have to get down, then fight back. So I
Well,
started carefully answering the questions. I felt like it's not going on smoothly. Somewhere, yes, again I felt it is really difficult to answer. But then again I kept moving. So once you get into the exam, you will fight back, I'm sure.
that's a good positivity. Great. Super, Vadim. Once again, thanks a lot and good wishes from ShriLearning and team. You are a rock star today. So very happy for you. Keep winning more on this line of leadership. Great.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Sriram.